the Toronto Blue Jays have made multiple moves, including one surprising move, and things have taken a major turn for this Toronto Blue Jays team. And break down exactly what that move is and discuss what it means going forward, as well as multiple huge updates following what has been an incredible stretch of play for this Toronto Blue Jays team, as well as a few other things, including one stat in particular that has fans very intrigued, but also is very encouraging for this Toronto Blue Jays team. So a ton to go over today, folks. Before we get into it, you guys have been absolute beasts. You've been supporting. The Jays have been playing really well as well. So if you're part of the 71% who aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys again for your continued support. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jays are playing fun baseball. Back-to-back games with over 10 runs. They're absolutely crushing it. Yes, the Athletics are not a very good team, but the Jays now have a chance with a win today to go 2 games above 500 for the first time in forever. But we have a bunch of things to go over today, both things that happened prior to yesterday's game, after yesterday's game, and into this morning here. And of course, the Jays do play this afternoon as well here. We have some updates on that. Stay tuned. But let's start with the big elephant in the room. And prior to the game yesterday, Alan Roden was called up from AAA, and Anthony Santander was placed on the 10-day IL. Now, this is bad and also good, so I'll dive into it, both. So let's start with the Santander thing. He is dealing with an injury, and I was at the game 2 days ago, and he was playing right field in that game. Got a lot of action in right field. He took 2 or 3 walks. He didn't look himself, though. His swing hasn't been good. His power hasn't been there. All these different things. It just hasn't been the Anthony Santander all season that we came to expect from his time and playing him a bunch in Baltimore, of course, when he was over there. But also, we think back to the first month of the year. Yes, it was a very, bad first month for Anthony Santander, but that's, expected to a degree, right? In April, he's historically had very bad Aprils. He hasn't picked it up at all, and unfortunately, he's really been holding down the team, and they tried to play him through this injury, but they haven't been able to, and we got some more information on this. So the Jays call up Alan Roden, which we'll dive into in a minute. Been quite the slog for Santander so far this year. At the very least, this is a chance for him to get right. Santander went for an MRI on his shoulder last night. No results yet. This was 2 nights ago now. Might need a cortisone shot or just to rehab it. Got to the point where it was bothering him. You can't really put the work that you want in volume-wise. So the good news here is that he's clearly dealing with something. It's not like all of his abilities just, came out of thin air and disappeared. He's dealing with something. But it's also bad because this Toronto Blue Jays team at their best has Anthony Santander in the lineup. He is someone who is an incredible power hitter. He has been for years. But in the same vein, he's been so bad this season that the Jays have played better without him. He holds some of the worst WAR, and in the negatives, of course, in Major League Baseball among qualified hitters and players in general, including pitchers. And now they're giving an opportunity to guys like Addison Barger, who has been playing unbelievably. So I think for the moment, this is a net positive for this Toronto Blue Jays team. But in the grand scheme of things, you're going to need Anthony Santander to be healthy. There's just no doubt about it. And hopefully he can get healthy for the 10, 15 days that he's down. And then from there, after that 10-day IL stint, you come back, you hopefully are healthy, and you're ready to go. But on the flip side of things, ladies and gentlemen, Alan Roden has been called up. Now, we know he started the season with the team. He played 28 games, put up a 522 OPS. But in Buffalo this year, you can see in his 18 games since being sent down, he's put up on over 1,000 OPS and has just been absolutely crushing it. Now, some fans have kind of shoved Alan Roden to the side and said, okay, maybe he's not a major leaguer yet. Some fans, of course, are on the side of, Alan Roden's a very good player. With the way the lineup is currently constructed, you have guys like Nathan Lucas playing great. Addison Barger is turning into a star in front of our eyes. We'll dive into him in a little bit here. He is going to be playing every single day, and I think at this point, you can start to play him versus lefties even a little bit. Great defensively at third base. Fantastic offensively. His OPS approaching 800 after yesterday's game. But with Alan Roden, there's not a ton of room in the major league team now for him to get reps. Miles Straw has been great. Nathan Lucas has been great. But for left field, for Alan Roden, there's not going to be a ton of room there, especially given the fact that he's a lefty and so is Nathan Lucas. And of course, Nathan Lucas is the guy who is taking his spot, but it's good to see him get at least, back up with the team, get him some more reps. I'm sure he might even factor into the game today against righties when they're, want to pile up on lefties, depending on how they go about it. But at the end of the day, Roden's up. He mashes in AAA. And I said in the video where he got sent down a few weeks ago, over a month ago now, it feels like, he's going to mash at AAA. There's no doubt about it. When he got sent down, a few weeks ago, that was the initial thought, right? He's going to mash at AAA, but can he convert it? Can he be a beast at the major league level? We will have to see on that. But let me know down below what your thoughts are on the Santander move, as well as, of course, Alan Roden being called back, which is very, very encouraging. But at the end of the day, still a little bit interesting. Hopefully he'll be able to keep things going here. But let's dive into a couple different things. Now I want to touch on Addison Barger a little bit. And of course, yesterday's game, I mean, he has been very, very good. And Barger is now up to a 270 average, of course, 341 on base, 451 slugging, slash line, good enough for a 124 WRC plus, which means he is 24% better than league average. And he's still underperforming his batted ball data by quite a bit and is above average defender at third base. I mean, Addison Barger yesterday, an absolute moonshot, one of the biggest moonshots you'll ever see, an absolute rocket. And he's been an above average defender at third base. He is the future third baseman, I think, for this team. And Zach Marshall said it there. I think at this juncture, he cannot be sitting games. Maybe against lefties, of course. I mean, Oakland had, I guess not Oakland anymore. The Athletics had a lefty, Jeffrey Springs, starting the game. And yet, yesterday, and Barger still played, and he looked fantastic even against the lefty in Springs. So I want to see Barger play every single day. There's no world where he gets sent down. It's just not a question. He's going to continue to get reps. We know he has some of the highest upside in the organization. We've been on the Barger train for a while. If you've been subscribed to this channel for even years, dating back to 2022, 2023 with Addison Barger, and to see him now finally arrive is fantastic. And he's going to be the guy of the future. So as simply as that, the third baseman, hopefully of the future. But Elvis Martinez is playing well down in AAA, all these different things. They have a lot of prospects. They have a bit of a logjam at the prospect position, and there's going to be some trades, I think, coming here soon as well. But speaking of hitting the ball hard, I also want to give a highlight to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in yesterday's game. An unbelievable take for ball 4 on a walk, which is bases loaded, which drove in a run. He has been extremely good as of late. He had a little bit of a stretch there where he still had a crazy on base streak, but he wasn't getting a ton of multi-hit games. His approach is absolutely fantastic right now. He's crushing baseballs, still getting a little bit unlucky. The team's offense has just taken a complete 180. It looks great. And I mean, they could go out knowing the Jays today and put up 0 runs, but you sweep the Padres. You then get swept by the Rays. You win the series against Texas. Now, hopefully, like I said at the start of the series, you have to win the series, but also you can win it with a win today, 4-game series. You sweep this series against the Athletics. You're only 2 games back of a wild card spot here. You have a very serious chance to do some damage. And with the trade deadline approaching day and day, closer and closer, this team can make a huge trade and become a beast in the AL East here. But I'm not going to get ahead of myself too far. A couple other things. I mean, Chris Bassett was dominant yesterday. And his ERA now was 3.8 through 66 innings. And he said, I think I've been terrible and I'm pretty upset. So obviously the standard that these guys hold themselves to is extremely high. But I want to bring this up because the Jays right now are in, I think, a very solid spot. They got through the brutal part of their schedule in April and May. I always said, and we all knew it was going to be the most brutal part of the schedule besides September. This is the time now where great teams and good teams go on runs. They make a push. You sweep the Athletics, a team that cannot pitch at all, and you make a run for it. And today, Braden Fisher, the rookie, is going to be starting. Hopefully, he's going to be able to do good. Eric Lauer and Paxton Schultz will be available behind him. And I believe Eason Lucas as well got called up to the team. There's a lot of moving pieces here, but what's not moving is the fact that this Toronto Blue Jays team has great pitching, and if their offense can continue to do what they've been doing, we'll be in very good shape. Let me know down below what your thoughts are. Continuing to pump out daily videos for you all every single day. Not going to miss one. I'm going to start weekly streams here soon. The Jays are rolling, and hopefully they can take care of business against a very bad team in the Athletics. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are beasts. Cheers.